Didn't have any luck with any offers, so I was wondering what was going on. I ended up going to Gary Johnson's 3-day financial freedom seminar. If you guys don't go to any other seminar for the rest of your life, you got to go to that seminar. It literally changed my life. Along the way with that, I heard of the saying, change your thoughts, change your life. And I was kind of like, what's that mean, really? And I started doing some research and realized that I was a very, very negative person. I'm writing hundreds of offers, but I'm going, shit, they're never going to accept this. And I'm writing and submitting anyways. And since I've changed that thought, that mentality, instead of being like, oh, it can't be done, or, you know, my friends are doing 2 or 3 deals a month, and I'm going, there's no deals out there. I can't find a deal. That's not true. And it was happening right in front of my face. When I changed my thoughts to, there are plenty of deals out there, mine is on the way, and I come from abundance, I've got money in the bank, I've got food that I can eat, I am a very blessed person. That little shift made the world of difference for me in my life. Take that as you will. For instance, I attended Gary's event in October. In November, I closed my biggest commission to date. I've been working with that buyer for over a year, and that finally got closed. In December, I got this deal. I got my first deal accepted. It was great for me. I was really excited. Didn't know how I was going to do it. Didn't know how I was going to pull it off. But through networking in this club, which is what this club is about, I was able to walk up, find a hard money lender for that deal. And then I was still a little bit short, as Peter Fortunato likes to say. Just a bit short, so I went out and I found a JV partner. I found a flipper in the area that knew the area well, and I knew was flipping aggressively there. And I partnered with him, and he put up some money, I put up some money. We got the hard money on it, and we did the deal, and we're all walking away with a check. So that's what this club's about. That happened in December. In January, I JV'd with my second deal. So all this stuff started changing. None of this happened until I changed my thoughts. So I really want to encourage you to think about that. If you're out there sitting, this can't be done, or this is too hard for me to do, believe in yourself and go on to it. Okay, so let's talk about the property. The property is in a well-established neighborhood in the middle of the block, on a side of the road that had a view. So it's going up a hill. This is out in Escondido. So I knew it had a little bit more value because of the view in the backyard. It was an ARIA listing. First day listings, I get right to my phone. As soon as they hit the MLS, it comes to my phone if it's in my target area. Numbers were really close to what I needed, so I dropped what I was doing, ran out there, looked at it, actually ran into a fellow investor. I don't know if he's here tonight, but ran into it there, and he was kidding me about it, but I ended up getting the property from him, so that's all right. When it looked good. It's a good bare bones property. Didn't have a bunch of lock-ons or illegal additions that I would have had to take care of. So that was a really basic rehab. And the assumptions of the market was that they were going to decline slightly. We knew that we were in a non-buying season in December, so we had to really price it aggressively. The exit strategy was to sell. We wanted to sell. We wanted to get this thing gone. Ultimately, if we couldn't, we could always refi into some cheaper money and rent long term. So the asking price was $189.9. I purchased for $186. Now it was originally $191, but I was able to negotiate. We'll talk about that in a second. This was a weird deal because normally they insist on an RPA, and me being a licensed agent, it's easy for me to generate. I called up the listing agent and said, I'm a licensed agent. I don't care about commission. I'd like you to represent me. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, a residential purchase agreement. It's a CAR form, the typical agreement for California. They didn't ask for that. She said, okay, fill out the offer worksheet. It was a one-page sheet just with the terms of the offer. And I sent her that, and she's like, all right, you're in. Here's the bank addendum, and that was it. Very easy transaction. The financing, they weren't happy with me in escrow, but I changed everything about this deal. So if you're worried about, well, what if I go all cash and then I got to change it to hard money inside escrow? I hear they don't like that. They'll kick me out. They want to close that deal. They don't want to start with a new buyer. Get into escrow. I changed just about everything on this deal. Changing to hard money was not a problem. They just said, "Can you close on time?" Absolutely, my hard money lender can close in 2 days. And they said, "Great, no problem." Signed a disclosure, and that was it. Actually, the hard money was Reggie Lau. You guys might know him in here, and he's very easy to work with and gave me very favorable terms. So if you don't know Reggie, you should get to know him. I paid $5K earnest money, and then we needed $17.5 to close, so my JV partner and I split that and put some money in together, and then we split the rehab costs. So my JV partner was Bill Parker. You guys might know him in here. He's the Home Depot regional manager. He's flipping a lot of properties, and I knew he had the experience and he had the money. And so I found the deal. I lined up some hard money with Reggie. I brought him in as a partner because he had experience and money, and he had a working team. So he's doing rehabs 4 weeks in and out. And I was like, that's great. I'll sit back and take a bunch of notes, and I'm willing to give up a little bit of the deal for that. One thing that I wanted to make sure is we ran into a hiccup with the FHA buyer. Their lender interpreted the FHA guidelines for the 90-day flip waiver completely different than every other lender that I've ever talked to, but they were tied to that buyer, and rather than start over with a new buyer, or force them to use our lender, we just we found a workaround. So if you guys are you going to be doing these and selling them within 90 days for over 20% of what you paid for it? It's really good to have a lender lined up for you, so that you can say, you have to pre-qual with my lender before I'll accept your offer, so that you know that lender can get the deal done. Okay, we're going fast. Here's some before pictures. This grass looks really nice, but it's really clover. It's just all weeds. The bank mowed it and made it look pretty. Sure, I'll give it to you afterwards. Let's get through this first. So there's the kitchen before. We had a window that we took out. Sink was leaking. There's some mold under there. Thanks to Steve. Where's Steve Roseberry? He did an inspection on $300, and I got $5,000 off the purchase price because of that inspection. So really, he's saving $4,700. Home inspection is the cheapest insurance you'll ever get. So let's rip through these. Yeah, you give me that 20 after. No, he gave me $4,700. I love that guy. This is actually paneling. So it's brick paneling, and that leads into the kitchen. This was an addition that we ended up taking off because there's just no way to make that look pretty with the affordable. So here's the bathrooms. This place was vacant for 2 years before the bank ended up finally getting around to foreclosing on it. Here's us in a mid-demo. So here's us opening the wall into the kitchen. And because of the mold issue underneath the sink, way around the corner, we like to be very safe. Took it all out, started with all new drywall. And if there's any studs that were found mold on, replace the stud immediately. You can see here, in the bathrooms, we just don't even question it. We just take all the drywall out. Again, here's some more pictures. Let's get through some of these. Rehab numbers, what you need to know is we spent about $35,000, and we got a completely all new interior, including texture walls, ceilings, paint, all of it. There's the before, and here's the after. The paint looks a little bit different in the photos than it does in real. It's more of an olive color. But so there's the wall, and then there's how it is now. The kitchen here, we have the pantry, so we opened it up. We got now a bar here. We moved the sink over to here, and really opened up the space nicely. This is only 1,302 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom. Bathrooms with full gut, like I said. So this is a typical bathroom that you're going to see in any homes that Bill Parker does or I do. Here's the back where we tore off the addition now, and we just added a nice covered patio for people. So the exit strategy, we marketed on the MLS. We wanted to retail, we wanted an end buyer. We found somebody that loved the home within 14 days. Negotiations were very easy because they just absolutely loved the property. Again, make sure you got a lender, and something that's always going to come up, so make sure you plan ahead. Plan a couple percent at least of your rehab costs for something that's going to come up. So again, purchase price $186, about $14,600 in holding costs. Sales costs are a little bit cheaper for me because I'm a licensed agent, so I can list it and not take a commission. We're going to make, I can't disclose the exact numbers because we're supposed to close yesterday, but it got delayed a little bit. That's the lender issue. So we're going to net anywhere from $32,300 to $37,300, and the JV partner and I both walk away with a nice paycheck. So again, final thoughts, really change your thoughts and change your life. It's really made a world of difference for me. Build a network through this club. That's what it's for. There's lots of people in there that can help you. If you got questions, speak up, meet everybody. Take action. By that I mean do research, make offers, and find a deal. If you find a deal you don't know what to do with it, call them. Partner up and make some money. We can all make money. There's lots of deals out there. Once again, my name is Ryan Broley. And if you have any questions about this, feel free to give me a call at 760-822-0303. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Ryan.
We'll have to go out.
Yeah, so if you have questions, you can see Ryan afterwards. And I think Steve deserves a little more of that $4,700